Greetings all and welcome back to Math in Anger. This is episode 18 and we are still looking at multiplication and division the understandable way. This is it, part 3 of that, and we are still looking at the usefulness of 10. Again, for those of you who have received this kind of education, please go ahead, move on to the next episode. For those of us who didn't, it's in the last episode, I showed you what happens when you multiply, when you have a repeater of 10. In other words, you have 10 15s. Right? You just go and add the 0 to your additive. Right? Same thing here. We're adding 2 zeros to our additive. And again, this is not magic. It happens. It's a pattern we get because we are using the decimal number system. If you don't know what the decimal number system is, please go back. I think it's in episode 3 where I explain what that is and how it works. Right, so let's take a look at what happens when this is not a 1. When you are working with a multiple of 10 that is not a 1. Now I've gone and calculated something for you here. Take a look at what I'm doing. We're looking at this example now. Do you realize that what this says, this 30, what it says is you have 3 tens. So look at how many times I added 8 to itself. 8, 16, 24. There you go. So I can go and write here 240. How did I do that? Because I just went and added 8 to itself 3 times, and then I multiplied by 10, which meant I went and added the 0. Let's take a look at a bit more complicated example, or at a bigger example, right? What I've got here is how much? What's actually being said here? Got 4 100s, right? So I'm going to take my additive, I'm going to add it to itself this many times. I'm going to get that answer, and then I'm just going to add those 2 zeros, right? So that becomes 4,800. Do you see that I'm still just adding stuff? Right. Let's try this one. We've got 5,000 times 4. Again, what does this 5,000 say? It says I've got 5 I have 5 times 1,000, right? So look at how many times I went and added this 4 to itself. See, there's my additive. I went and added it to itself so many times. And that gave me 20. So I can take that 20, I can write it down, and I can just go and add the 3 zeros to it. Do you see how much easier that becomes now? You see how much easier all of this becomes? And again, for those of you who did not get this information at school, please go practice this. Go and show yourself just how intelligent you really are. You deserve to know exactly how clever you are. Because if you did not receive this information at school, that somebody did a massive disservice to you. Again, you are not You are not lacking in intelligence in any way. You just never had the opportunity to do this the right way because nobody ever explained it to you. We're still going to be discussing multiplication a little bit more, but I needed you to know this before we got to that point. This then was Math in Anger, episode 18. I will see you in the next episode. Again, guys and girls, and everybody in between, go and show yourself just how clever you really are. Ciao.